You give your hand to me, and then you say hello, and I can hardly speak. My heart is beating so, and anyone can tell. You think you know me well, but you don't know me. No, you don't know me. No, you don't know the one who dreams of you at night and longs to kiss your lips and longs to hold you tight. Oh, I'm just a friend, that's all I've ever been. 'Cause you don't know me. No, you don't know me. For I never knew the art of making love, though my heart aches with love for you. Afraid and shy, I let my chance go by, a chance that you might love me too, love me too. You give your hand to me, and then you say goodbye. I watch you walk away beside the lucky guy. Oh, to never, never know the one who loved you so. Well, you don't know me. For I never knew the art of making love, though my heart aches with love for you. Afraid and shy, I let my chance go by, a chance that you might love me too, love me too. You give your hand to me, and then you say goodbye. I watch you walk away beside the lucky guy. Oh, to you'll never, never know the one who loved you so. Well, you don't know me. You don't love me. You don't know me. That was You Don't Know Me, made famous by Ray Charles, although made even more famous now by Michael Buble. And I played that song straight from the charts of the Morristown Uke Jam. So take the link in the video description, download the free ukulele song sheet, grab your own ukulele, and you can play right along with this video. And if you'll be anywhere near Morristown, New Jersey, come out and play with us. In just a moment, I'm going to do a basic tutorial covering everything I just played. And at the very end, I'll do a slow motion, close-up play along that you might find helpful. But right now, if you like the video, please like the video with a thumbs up. If you want lots more, subscribe to our YouTube channel. And if you want hundreds more free downloadable ukulele song sheets, each one with a link to its own free video tutorial and play along, then check out our Dropbox and then come play with us. Okay, first thing I'm going to cover, even if you are a non-arpeggio player, you can play this one. I am using a low G. My dog has fleas, low G tuning, as opposed to a high G. My dog has fleas. I would play it the same way. It would sound a little different, but I would play it exactly the same on a high G. But so I'm just going to form a D here. This is what I did almost without exception throughout the song. You can do this, even if you're a non-arpeggio player. If you don't want to, I would suggest this. If you only have one finger on your right hand, there are people like that, you can do it this way. You can do that. You don't know. It sounds nice, right? You can do that, but you can also do this. I'm going down with one finger, and then the plucking part, I only have 4 strings, so I only need 4 fingers, and I'm using it this way. So in other words, my pinky isn't used, got one finger on each one. So I strum with just one finger, and then I'm plucking the 3 strings closest to the floor. That's it. So strum, pluck, pluck with my thumb, and then strum. That's what I'm doing. And now just to cover it here, in some places of drama where I'm going to segue, for example, from the end of the verse right before I go into the bridge, right? You don't know me. I'll do this. So I just wanted to ramp up the energy a little bit before we go into the dramatic bridge. So here's what I do. And then instead of having the pauses, I drop the D minor and then thumb, forefinger. That's it. And then I return to it. All right? Okay. Chord transitions. This is a rough song. Sorry, Ray Charles. You know, I didn't create an easier version for this because it just seems like the easier versions take out so much of the panache of the song and so much of the subtlety that I didn't like it when I created an earlier or an easier version, so I didn't want to do that. But here's how I did the chord transitions for this version. So D, you don't know. So from the D to the A, yes, there's no fingers in common, but it's a fairly easy switch back and forth from these 2 fingers for that. So D to A, D to A. Okay. Now here's how I did that step down. You can just play a D. If you're a beginner, you can just play the D on that. You give your hand to me, and then you say hello, right? But if you want to add the extra style, here's what I wanted to hear. It's all on the A string, first string closest to the floor, right? Sorry. So instead of a straight D, I'm doing a second position D, and then a D major 7, and then a D6, and then a open D. But all I'm changing is the A string. And I just pinky, and then I slide it down 1, and then I pick it up, and then I go to a D. That's all I'm doing. That is the D step down. You give your hand to me, and then you say hello. That's it. That's all that is. And then from the D to a G, your ring finger's already on the right string, right? So it's just going to slide up 1 fret from the D to the G. That's how I get from D to G. And from G to G major 7, I'm just going to flatten out my index finger. It's already on the right string, just flatten now. I can hardly speak, right? And then flatten it out. My heart is beating so from here, so I've got, where was I? I was at D, G, G major 7. Now I'm going to arch it up again. It's my index finger's still on the right string. I just have to arch it so it uncovers that string. Drop a G. Oh, excuse me. The natural way to go to G major 7 to D6, G6 would be like this, right? But what I like to do for this, I end up doing less work overall if instead of doing that, I switch over to a G6, which is a little strange, with my 2 middle fingers here. And the reason is, then it just stays right there for the G7 flat 9, which is, it's the same chord, except I drop my index finger as a bar. Hear that? Sounds funky and cool. G7 flat 9. All right, so if I form my G6 with my finger this way, then I can do that, and plus, then with the key change, it becomes much easier. You'll see in a moment. So, again, I've got my step down, and then I slide up to a G, G major 7, and now I'm going to drop G6 this way, and I drop my index finger for the G7 flat 9, and anyone can tell, back to a D. Now I'm going to lay my index finger down flat for that B minor. My heart is And you think you, and just for the sake of consistency, I'm going to do my G6 this way for the entire song. Beating so, oh sorry, know me well, that's what the line is, and then I slide it down, slide my one finger down, it's on the right string, my middle finger's on the right string, slide it down for A7, but you don't, and now it's already there. Again, this would be a more natural way to do it, F sharp diminished. But I've got my middle finger right there. I just kind of slide these down. It's the same shape, see, throughout. So I just drop it there for the F sharp diminished. You don't know me. And then I move this diagonally and drop my index finger for that B7. No, you don't. Now my middle finger again it's on the right string. I can slide it right down for the G6. See there? No, you don't know me. Okay, that's it. And then the verse 2 is the same except for the last line. Sorry. And the last lines are, 'cause you don't know me. And now I have to jump. There's nothing in common between the D and the E minor, but so I jump. No, you don't know me. Back to the D, and now I just drop a pinky for the D7. And from there, my ring finger is kind of a stability point for the next couple chords, next 3 chords, because from that D7, right, I'm going to have to pick up everything except that finger. That finger just slides up 1 fret, and I got a G. And then again, everything else gets picked up, but that finger slides up 1 more fret, and I drop the rest. That's my G sharp diminished. Okay? I've got a G. This finger goes up 1 fret. Index finger bars. I drop a middle finger here too, and I've got my G sharp diminished. Now you can do a G sharp diminished this way. I find that difficult and harder to do from the G, so that's why I did it this way. I never knew. And then again, ring finger's the stability point. You're just going to slide back down to a D. The art of. And now from there to a B minor, my index finger is the stability. It stays there and just flattens out. Making love. Back to a G. Though my heart aches with love for you. Next 2 chords, also ring finger. And then I have to pick them all up and go all the way up to the 5th fret. You don't have to do this, by the way. If you want, you can just say, afraid and shy. Anytime you see a tiny superscripted number on my chord sheets, you can ignore them if you want to. I just like the way it went from slid down, right? That's why I did the B minor up here. See, this is a B minor. This is what you could think of as a first position B minor. 1, 2, 3. Right? So all the way up at the 3rd fret, 5th fret, sorry, and shape like a closed G minor. Afraid and shy. Now from here, your ring finger is going to slide down and stay on the same string at least. And now you need to pick them all up and drop an F sharp minor, but at least it's shaped like a G7, so hopefully you're familiar with that. I let my chance go by. And now I'm going to slide my middle finger is the stability point. It's sliding up to an E. A chance that you might love me too. And I'm going to slide it down again. Middle finger still the stability, down to an A. And that's it, but second time through on that same bridge, love me too, love me too. I'm going to switch from here, I'm going to switch over to a B flat. And now you might think this is a lot harder. It is a little harder, but it's not that much harder. You give your hand to me. Now normally I would do an E flat this way, but I like the way this sounded with a closed E flat, so it's just like an E, but down here, and then I can switch. The step down here, I wanted it to go like this. Right? But so I've already got this. This is sitting there as kind of a drone note during the whole thing. So I go from there to kind of a G minor shape to, I'm not sure what this is, but I'm picking it up. I'm stepping down, again, I'm stepping down the C string, the 3rd from the floor. So here to here to pick it up, and then I go back to the E flat. I watch you walk away. Again, I wanted it to sound higher than before, and the E flat, I find this to be a awkward G sharp, so I did a closed version, you know, so here, and then I'm sliding up, and sorry, you have to pick up all your fingers, drop a bar, and form that G sharp. I watch you walk away. But now all you have to do is pick up this finger, and you've got your C minor. Beside the... Now here's the point I was making before about that G6, right? If you use these fingers for the G6, then when you have to do a G sharp 6 for that key change, all you have to do is drop a bar, and you've got it. And watch what happens then when you slide from that G sharp 6 to a G sharp 7 flat 9. You're just going to slide your bar. That's it. See, from here? That's how that goes. You'll never know. And now I'm playing open chords again, because I'm not going to be doing that. The one who loved you so. Well, you don't know me. You don't love me. You don't know me. And now it's a B flat shape on the 6th fret. It's also an E flat. And then all the way up on the 10th fret, it's kind of a closed G shape. And that's it. Okay, now I'm going to play slow motion from the intro, even slower than the song itself is. Slow motion from the intro through the first verse, but I'm going to pretend that the first verse is actually the second, or is actually the third verse. Okay, that way. I'm going to do right there. I'm going to do the intro, the third verse, and then the second bridge. That way I get the key change, and I can take you to the end of the song without having to do the whole thing in slow motion. So here we go. Intro to the first verse. Here we go. And I'm going to show... No, I'm not going to show my right hand because it's consistent throughout the whole thing almost. So here we go. Slow, 2, 3. Guys, sorry. I'm going to start that over again. I'm sorry. I was supposed to go straight to verse 3. Here we go. Intro. 5, 6, 7, and... The art of making love, though my heart aches with love for you. Afraid and shy, I let my chance go by. A chance that you might love me too, love me too. You give your hand to me, and then you say goodbye. I watch you walk away beside the lucky guy. Oh, you. Sorry, left you so. Well, you don't know me. You don't love me. You don't know me. That's it. See you Wednesday. Bye.